doing, huh? You ain't down this no more. You ain't down. You ain't bad. You ain't bad.
You ain't bad. You ain't nothing. You ain't nothing.
Shit you never heard before, seen before. Yeah. Janet Jackson, Mike Jackson, what you screaming for? Man, you screaming like you seen a damn demon, boy. See me in a damn demon with the heat, boy. Boy, my flow is a new variant. I'm a crying cake, I'm Mason the Barbarian. I'm the one responsible for the scar you carrying. Probably even for the poppy marrying. Bad. All I got is bars, my words, I'm already marvelous. Making the market is obvious, niggas can never argue it. It's a nigga heartless, just retarded to all of it. All the shit, got for a BB up with arms and shit. Fatality, SD. It sounded like several gunmen, but it's just me. The news said they found 100 rounds from the XD. I figured your body with lyrical bullets, the rhythm and hit you and giving you just speed.
All right, man. Well, it's been a long time since I did a live here. I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a minute, right? So I guess we could start off with old Del Boy, old Derek Chisora, right? You know, it goes over there and beats old Pulev, old Mr. Snatch a Woman Up, Mr. Guerrilla Pimpin' Tactics. And he says he wants to fight Deontay Wilder, right? A lot of people got any feelings and stuff like that. You know what? At the end of the day, you know that's what he's supposed to. That's what he's supposed to say. That's what he's supposed to do. You know, if you're a fighter and stuff like that, and you really call yourself a fighter, yeah, you will want to fight everybody, win or lose, and stuff like that. But I don't think that fight end well for him. But shout outs to him for wanting that fight. That fight could have happened a long time ago, but for some unfortunate events, it never happened. And now we got Derek Chisora over here. Tyrone was happening. Now we got Derek Chisora over here talking about what he wants to do. But Frank Morton, that's Edward Hearn's job is to get him those fights. So Edward Hearn, out there running his mouth to try to get that fight, that's what his job is. That's what he's supposed to do. Now, on this guy right here on the screen, Tyrone said he's been respectful about it, but I wouldn't even if those guys in that house any energy. Yeah, that right there. I'm gonna give those guys in that house no energy. Now, this clip right here. Hold on, I'll be right back. But if anybody wants to chime in on the past stuff that we talked about, that Derek Chisora thing, go ahead. We can always get back to it. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Had to go get something real quick. Yeah. So this guy on the screen right here, what's his name? Caleb Plant. He up over here talking about I'm right there at that all-time great level. Woo. Geez. I don't know who told him that or who told him to say that. That's a I don't know how you guys want to put that right there, boy. Woo. That boy got a mouthpiece on him. Sheesh. He said he is up there with the all-time greats. And I know, you know what? We is not going to go down a list of all-time greats because we don't need to in this situation. He just doesn't cut the mustard. Now, if he's talking about the level of competition of guys in his era and stuff like that, but then there's a few more guys that attacks his ass too. So, like Tyrone said, Caleb Plant is living on Mars as usual. I don't get that. He's drinking some good ass Kool-Aid, I'm all for giving people, you know, entitlement to their opinions and stuff like that. But in this situation, I just don't know. I don't know how far of an opinion can go because that shit just sounds stupid. You know, let me quit that so I can get some energy back from. There's some programs running in this motherfucker. I ain't ran this computer in a minute, man, but it's still running strong. I got shit coming up talking about you need to update this and update that. I'm about to hit them with the fuck you one time. Yeah, but anybody that there's a lot of people out there that's, you know, being mentioned in all-time greats and all that stuff, but you know, who cares? A lot of that stuff is just fucking opinionated. So I just try to keep it to what it is, you know. Now let's see what else we got here. We got this fight coming up. I don't hear a lot of people, a lot of noise, a lot of clamming around about this shit, but it's probably it probably could fuck around and become a good fight. But as far as I'm concerned, this dude has been known for quite some times as Mr. You know, don't let his motherfucking hands go. So he better do something, in my opinion, to get the fans back on his side, which I highly doubt he'd do. I just highly doubt he'd do it. You know, I don't think it's going to take a lot out of it's going to take a lot. I mean, this guy is coming back. He's fighting somebody that's able and stuff like that, and people start to notice that. You start putting it on Adrian Broner, he stops throwing back. So, and he'd been out of the ring for how long? 2 years or something like that. So I don't know what to tell you. You got anything to say on that, Tyrone? Or anything that you want to expand on?
Yeah, this is a toss-up fight. I don't know. Broner's been out for about a year, and he last fought February of 2021. So that is two dogs, a year and a half, right? A year and a half. By the time he fights, Figueroa looks like he's really gone downhill because he just got stopped his last fight. So we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is a guy they could put him in and get his confidence back up. But I don't hear a lot of buzz about this joint. You know, I hear more buzz about this about this than I do of anything. This back and forth that Earl did with Chris Colbert. I hear more buzz about that than I hear about this Adrian Broner fight. And he's supposed to be the man. You know what I'm saying? According to himself, you know, there was some back and forth with Earl Spence. I guess Chris Colbert had said something. And then Earl chimed in and was like, okay, I could talk to your people and my people, as you guys can see on the thing. And that's what he did. And then somehow Rolly getting put in the mix with it as well. So we don't know what's going to happen until the fights are going to be what fight is going to be made. But, you know, Chris Colbert might end up getting put to sleep again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not big on Frank Martin either, to be honest.
Yep.
He got hurt first, that Filipino guy's last fight, or the fight before, sorry. He's another guy that they say started at 18 or 19, but you don't know nobody knows the truth.
Mm-hmm.
He's good, but the only reason they're giving him this buzz is because he's with Spence.
Pretty much.
He's all right. I mean, I'm not flying over to see him fight or anything. He's not really on my radar.
He's not on mine either. him
Yeah.
or Chris Colbert ain't on
Yeah.
my radar.
Yeah.
I mean, he put in he put in a couple of good wins, Chris Colbert, and then, you know, then all of a sudden you see him laying on the canvas. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you know, but there's I saw some people, on Twitter and on YouTube stating that, this is not what Earl needs to be worried about, blah blah woo. But there's 24 hours in a day. As far as where they at in negotiations, Earl and Earl and Terrence, I don't know. The only thing I know is that if the fight happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. I'm not sitting.
Exactly.
I'm not sitting
Exactly.
over here waiting. And a lot of people are sitting over here waiting and clicking on social media every hour on the hour to see what the news
Right.
is. When I put to people like this, like, if you was in this situation, it'd be a you could say what you would do and all this stuff, but that's not necessarily the case. A lot of people can't say what they would do in this situation because they've never been in this situation. They're not. We ain't fighters. We dudes that sit on the sideline and we give our opinion and that's it. But these guys are saying, well, Terrence should get X amount of percentage, and because of this, then the third, he should just sign the contract and this and the third. You weren't saying that with Deontay Wilder. You weren't saying that with him. So now all of a sudden, folks want to say, well, Earl, Terrence, you should take whatever they give you and just make the fight. But both guys, if they really wanted to make the fight and they didn't want, the fight would happen, and that's just how I put it. I try not to get in between a lot of these guys' motherfucking business and shit, because it's been 3 years. It's been 3 years strong. What was it? 3 years or 4 years strong? We going back climbing about Earl and Terrence fighting. And at some point, we just got to say, you know what? Let's just sit back. Say again?
About 4 years, yeah.
Yeah. So people want us to sit up over here and keep talking about this shit left and right. I'm not with it. I'm a boxing fan and all that stuff. Once or twice, yeah. But after that, it becomes, it becomes a problem on both of those boxers, because if that fight is not made, it affects both of those boxers. This doesn't affect one. There's other fights out there for those guys, yeah, in that weight class and weight class above that, above 147. But at the end of the day, that's going to be a fight over both of their heads that fans are going to be saying, whoa, how come this fight didn't happen? And it's a fight that fans miss out on and stuff, but I'm not going to fucking sit over here and lose sleep over it like some people.
Yeah, I'm not. A lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people are like fucking are getting heated about it, are really upset. They want the fight. The same thing with the Joshua fight that was supposed to happen years ago, or whatever. Like, are both sides and all that. All that stuff is for the birds. It's kind of boring. Like, I mean, we've kind of been watching boxing for too long to not know that these things happen so often. Like, you've got to know the play. Like, and I say this all the time, a lot of these guys are kind of like people went to a David Copperfield show fucking 8, 9, 10, 12 times over and expecting something different. They get surprised every time. It's this stuff is really easy to predict 80% of the time. It's not very hard. And you have to keep your expectations low.
Pretty much. So there was news that Deontay Wilder's coming back, and everybody's out there throwing fighters' names out there and who they would like them to see. Yeah, that's a good talking point and all that stuff, man. But I don't know who he's going to fight. Um, you know, I'm anticipating on who he's going who he's going to say he's going to fight and stuff like that. But I'm not, throwing names out there. I think that whoever he's going to fight, he's going to fight. I don't think he's going to fight for nothing. I don't think he's going to fight a Derek Chisora or someone that's not going to get him nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to fight somebody to try to strategically get his way back there to a belt. If people think that he's going to come back and fight Efe Ajabo or Derek Chisora or what's his name, the Polish guy, Adam Kwiatkowski or stuff like that, I don't think those fights are going to happen. I think I don't think that he's going to take a tune-up either, which is kind of crazy. But I don't think he's going to get back in there and fight for nothing. What do you think, Tyrone?
I really don't want to see him fight. I think his opportunity's gone, or the one he had or should have made good on is over now. He doesn't need this. Anybody he fights, they won't give him credit for anyway. And that's the net. Like, if he were to fight somebody, they're probably going to parachute Hellenius in.
No,
It checks all the boxes. They'll do that fight, and that's about it. I don't see any reason to come back and fight. He's 37 years old this year.
Mm.
She had that shot at Lewis. Really can't come back, and I think that's kind of lost in this day and age. When I say something, for the most part, I mean it. Me personally. Other people, not so much. And I don't know why that is. I think people have to stick to their words. I understand circumstances change, but there's certain things where it's just your preference instead of actually just sticking by what you said, I think, which means more than anything.
I feel you. Well, oh, you still have some more to say?
No.
Okay. Then we have this Josh Taylor and Cantrell fight. I think Josh Taylor I think that dude just needs to go out and just say the truth and tell it like it is, man. I think that he's still beating around the bush that he's fighting this guy because he got a big mouth. That's not the reason why. You're fighting the guy because you got your ass fucking whipped, and you know it, and everybody else know it, and you're just gonna have to fight the guy again. It was if anything like this happened to anybody else in the sport, it'd be a bigger upcry, but they really was gonna let Josh Taylor just slide on by and slide past this thing. And I think some way, shape, or form, somebody bent his arm into taking this fight. I don't think he really wants to take this fight, but I think somebody bent his arm and made him take this fight. Who do you got in this fight, Tyrone?
Depends on the weight. Depends on when they take it. I mean, I felt Catterall won the last fight, but it's the same thing with the Pulev situation, but a kind of bit different. Like, you can't. That these judges, more than likely, I mean, they say it all the time. Whether or not it's true, we see the result. If you believe the judges aren't going to give you a fair shake, you've got to make sure you're really putting it on to not even leave doubt. I mean, like Catterall, his style was really ugly. 1s and 2s fighting on the back foot. He gave, and Pulev, he was throwing good combos, but there were nothing really on them. They weren't really connecting clean, and they weren't really that accurate, and he wasn't pressing the issue when he needed to. They're giving these guys the hold-up weapon and asking why they're being robbed. They've got to do. They know that they've got to do more. Like, these guys won't give you anything. They're not going to do you any favors. The same thing happened with Bacoli. Why is that a majority decision? I mean, there's no way. But you can't be up there and pity pat and not just get him out of there. What's the worst that's gonna happen? You get knocked out? Yeah, that's pretty bad, but I mean, it shouldn't happen if you're coming in smart and you're picking your punches and you're really pressing the gas, especially a guy who's hurt.
At least
I
you put it
don't
put
know
the
why. Mhm.
and at least you put the fight in your hands instead of the refs. I mean the judges.
Right.
What up, Bruce? What's happening? Yeah, because I think that's a good point to say is like you go in the fight and you know you're not you know you're in enemy territory and you ain't doing enough. You
What's up,
know,
Bruce?
and you know you ain't doing enough to get a win. You know, for these judges to sit up over here and score the fight in your favor. You know, and then when you get that decision, then you want to be upset. I think you do. I think you're right about that. I think that if you want to win, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to do certain things to solidify that. You just can't sit over there and pity pat your way in there. Think you're gonna score some points in enemy territory.
Yeah, I was like Badu Jack. I mean, how many times did we go through the rigmarole with Badu Jack? I mean, 4 draws, 4 fucking draws. I mean, the only guy I know at that level or at the level, at when, at the time he was on that level, but any guy who was at that elite level like that is he fights at 115. He's from the Philippines, Donnie Nites.
Mm.
Yeah, 6 draws. 6. It's crazy. You can look at his box right there. One of his last fights, I think the fight before was a draw too. Like,
That's a
and
lot
he's
of
gotten to the
draws.
point where he doesn't even complain anymore.
That's a lot of draws.
He doesn't even complain about it anymore.
But that's and you just can't what, like you said, Tyrone is like, what are these guys doing? Are they putting the fight in their hands, or are they just thinking that they just gonna score some points and do a couple things, hold a little bit, and then get a decision? It's like
They tell everybody in the media, I need to do more. I'm probably gonna get robbed. I'm on enemy territory. But when they get in the ring, they act like the judging will be fair. So it's like their performance needs to pick up. They need to make sure that they're not. I mean, look at Biffle.
mm,
I mean, he could definitely press the gas. I
mm-hmm.
had him maybe. I had him 9-3, like 8-4, absolute best. Some people didn't even give Canelo a round. They did 10-2 and all that. I mean, they had it 7-5. I mean, that's going to happen to you.
Yeah, Bivol could have put it on him a little bit harder than that.
Yeah.
I think as sometimes it looked like he wanted to. I don't know if he just wanted to get hit or whatever the case may be, but you could look at Canelo's eyes and just be like, damn, that hurt.
Right.
You hear about that Kosei Tanaka? They talking about he gonna come up over here.
Bring him over here, but he got knocked out by Kazuta Ioka a couple years ago or a year before.
You think he come over here? He gonna get the business again?
It depends on who he fights. I mean, that last guy put him out, and he moved up a weight class for that. He moved up for 115. I think he's trying to go to 115 again. I don't know if he beats. He'd have to get like a Quadras or something like that.
I don't know. Good for him, but it ain't looking good.
No, it isn't. No.
Then it's a U.S. debut. Then it's kind of like one of those things you don't know who.
It's with Top Rank, isn't it?
I think so. Black Star, what's going on, man? I don't know. I don't know, but I would assume it was with Top Rank because they're the ones who been putting on a lot of, Japanese folks and foreigners. Really.
Top Rank.
Says I don't know. I don't know about that one. And then, of course, you have the Rodriguez versus Gonzalez coming up in September. You got that coming up. I'm gonna try to watch it, man, but I don't think I'm gonna be. I think I'm gonna be indisposed of on that day because I ain't got shit to do in that month. I got shit to do as far as boxing concerned. I got a whole bunch of shit to fucking do. So I just don't know about that. But it's not, and also that's not a fight that I'm really clamoring over, anyways. Just like that Canelo Triple G3 fight, not really. And then, you know what they said, Tyrone? They saying, I guess they saying some shit like, after Triple G trilogy, Canelo wants to go straight to the Bivol rematch.
I heard about that.
I think they should have just done the rematch and then went back. Because Canelo fucks around and lose this. Woo. Because he ain't been letting his hands go really against some of these guys, man. If it wasn't for him catching Kovalev getting tired and him catching him, if it wasn't for Daniel Jacobs not letting his hands go, Daniel Jacobs stopped letting his hands go. It just when people was putting it on him, it seems like it's not the same guy.
Yeah. I mean, this walking down style, he's got to put some stuff together for it to work. You just can't sit there and let, guys tee off on you.
Not especially at 168. That's them motherfuckers get, that's a lot heavier than,
Mm-hmm.
where you used to fighting at, where you, for years. But now, I don't know. But is that because Bivol talking about he ain't trying to fight. He had a hard time. He's talking about like he got a hard time making weight.
I've heard he could cut. He said several times that he can get down to 68. So I don't know which one it is sometimes.
No, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's going. That's where it's. I don't think it's going to be at the same weight class they fought before.
I think Bivol's probably best guy at 175, to be honest.
You think so?
Yeah.
We think Bivol should just keep it there?
He should. If he fights Canelo next after his next fight or whatever, or if they do the Beterbiev, I don't know, but I think he can probably. He'll probably edge out Beterbiev. He's got faster feet. He'll just box him up.
Yeah. Black
I'm
Star.
still waiting on Beterbiev to grow old because he is fucking 37. 37 years old. Another thing. I mean, a lot of people say he's Muslim, stuff like that. He's Muslim like. That definitely helps with the clean lifestyle for sure.
If he is eating right.
Yeah, if he is eating right. But everybody says that. They should go try it out. Wear the kufi. Go to the box.
Shit.
See how it is.
I'm gonna tell you what, Tyrone, them motherfuckers do be eating some good ass shit. Man. Yo. I mean, some of them stuff, like the stuff olive leaves, that's a hit and miss. The stuff olive leaves is a hit and miss, depends on who made it. But like then you have to understand is like depending on what Muslims you're talking about, because some of them they eat a lot of rice and a lot of carbs. You know what I'm saying? So, but as far as the meat and the vegetables and stuff, they got some good ass seasoning on that shit, man. I ate it for 9 months. I had no stomach issues whatsoever. Them chickpeas is always on point. What up, Mo? What's happening? Black Star Sports TV said Canelo may lose twice. He still won't accept his loss. Can't improve like that. Well, I don't care how you put it. I don't care who he did not win that fight.
No.
Against Bivol. He just did not. I mean, I don't know. If you look at the scoring criteria for a fight, he did not win that fight. I mean, if they want to, come out here and say that, if he still wants to believe that, I mean, that's his business. But you can't win a fight, getting bopped upside your head like that, for a whole bunch of rounds. I did have a paper around here with what rounds I scored and all that stuff, but after fifth and sixth round, I mean, what was your hands? Especially the aspect of keeping your hands up was gone. I mean, and Tyrone, he kept doing that thing that Watcher always talk about, the silent agreements. You know what I'm saying? He keep pausing and thinking that he's gonna get a break and that Bivol's not gonna throw a punch and he get bop bop again. It's kind of like
Just hold it together, bro. You're gonna be so proud of yourself in the morning. Just hold it together, bro. You need to. And then he goes like in the beginning of the round. JD is like, he said, "Don't keep going into him. Just back up and turn this guy. Defense. And Malik goes, forget that." He said, "You need to the jab, duck under, but you're jabbing him."
Yeah. So I don't know what
that
happened.
Guy's awful. He
I,
is
I,
bad.
I wanted to hear what they were saying in that motherfucking.
I have clips of it.
No, in the corner for Canelo, because that shit didn't.
Oh.
That shit didn't. Because if somebody was telling him he was winning, that's some fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? If somebody in this corner was saying that he was winning, that's some fucked up shit. Because he just, it's like being in the club and the chick is just fine dime pieces throwing pussy at you, and you just miss all the signs. And then when you go home and your homies tell me, he's like, "Yo, man, she was all up on you, and this and the third, blah blah blah, woo woo woo," and you just like, bitched out off the pussy. You know. What else we got, Tyrone? Because ain't that much.
Nothing really of note, to be honest.
Yeah, pretty much, except coming up, August 20th. Well, that's August 20th, man. Ain't no need to talk about that, man. We in July. Ain't no need to talk about that shit.
I mean, there is a Showtime card at the end of this month. The guy who beat up on Gerald Washington, Gerald Washington's latest assaulter. The guy from Turkey, Demirezin or something, he's fighting Kalnacki.
Oh, yeah?
Russell is fighting Rancis Bartholomew, which is another difficult style.
Yeah.
And, of course, the Danny Garcia versus Jose Benavidez. That's a triple header.
Yeah, okay. I thought Danny. Well, Danny got to fight somebody.
Yeah, I guess he's trying to work his way into 154.
Yeah, he got to fight somebody, but
I think he had a draw last time. Jose Benavidez had a draw on somebody's undercard. I forgot which undercard it was. It was in Vegas, I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna try to watch the card, man, but I just be busy sometimes, man. It's like sometimes I think I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, nothing to run home about. Nothing to run home about. I mean, just search it up. But yeah, you'll probably just look it up on Boxing Scene or use the results on Twitter, and you'll probably be about your way.
Basically, yeah. I don't know if they got. Okay,
Black Star says Garcia. I don't know about that fight.
Yeah, Adam Konecki versus Ali Demirez. Then you got that's the only three cards they really talking about on that night on Showtime. I went to the Showtime website and pulled it up, and the wrestling Bartholomew.
That's another difficult style for him. That last Posto is no bum, so I expected that he had some trouble there. But he's a good. I like Russell. I mean, a guy who's gonna beat him is gonna box him up for sure.
Yeah,
he's a come forward guy.
Yeah, that guy, that youngster got a little spunk in him, man.
Yeah, I like him. I like him.
Yeah, he got some little spunk in him. And you don't do
I said
all
he
that.
would beat Devin Haney. He would definitely beat Devin Haney.
He's. You know what? 15 fights. They moving him pretty. This fight's a good one for him. I mean, people can't sit up over here and say, "Oh, he ain't doing nothing." At 15 fights,
he's got a lot of options on his side. After this fight, if he wins, I mean, they can look at the winner of Puello versus that Akhmedov guy, the guy who fought Mario Barrios, those guys are fighting for the WBA belt. So we can look at that winner. They've got, of course, the winner of Matias versus Ponce or something.
Mm.
He beat Lewis Whitson, I think, earlier, like this year or last year. I think he beat him. I think last year.
Yeah, if I'm
Matias
if
is
I'm in the
good,
bar,
man.
I'm definitely turning it on, streaming. I'm gonna steal it and put it on the bar in the
And then,
bar.
of course, Prograis.
You hear me, Tyrone?
Yeah.
If I'm in the bar, I'm gonna steal this motherfucker and put it on the damn projector.
Yeah.
It's on regular. Oh, it's on regular Showtime, so I can just put my app on it.
Yeah, and then they've got Prograis on that side. So there's a lot of good fights from at 140 pounds.
Yeah, and then Regis talking about he wants some good fights and stuff like that right now too. But I don't know how that's gonna work out for him, bruh. Black Star said we got to chop it up soon, fam. Been a big minute. Yep. I think he's saying King Rye. Oh, come on, man. Stop with that King Rye shit, man.
I don't watch him. I'm not really interested in him. Like, I'm not the biggest. I don't think anybody's really the biggest fan of him. I think
Ryan Garcia? No.
He's corny. He's a dork. He's kind of weird a little bit. Like, I mean, I saw that epilogue, dude. The way he put his hands on Spence, like come up behind him like that, my back would just go up. Like, I'd probably just say, like, huh? It's just weird. Like, the guy's awkward. Nobody's really friends with him. Like serious boxers. No, he doesn't really have serious boxers as friends. So he's kind of in this digital social media world that he lives in. What's good for him is that Fortuna didn't look good his last fight and is getting older and will probably be knocked out this time. If he can get in there and catch him, unless he gets in there and catch him. But I think Fortuna's kind of past his sell-by date, man, to be honest.
Yeah, but like I still can't get past that Luke Campbell knockdown.
Paid.
I still can't get past that knockdown, boy. And that dude Luke Campbell didn't have no type of weaponry either. He didn't have shit offensively, yeah.
It's one of those fights, and I told people this before it started. I was like, listen, when you look at it on paper, you go to the box rec, Luke Campbell should win this fight. But then when you take it into account that the guy is just coming here to lay down, he's never had any real belief in himself. And you saw it. I mean, he dropped him and he just completely let off the gas.
Yeah,
that was purposeful, in my opinion.
Yeah, that drop, and it was like what? He let the gas off for like what, 2-3 rounds?
The guy was hurt. The guy was he said it was a flash knockdown. There's no flash knockdown when you fall on the side of your face.
You fall on the side of your face and we can see it in your legs.
Right. The way he went down, if it was flash, you'd be sit right on your ass. Like, you take a seat. That's a flash knockdown. Not when your legs come out from up underneath you and you fall on the side of your face. It's ridiculous. This guy's still a joke. They dug up that guy from Africa. Tago.
Oh my God. That was
awful.
That was, and it was like that dude didn't know how to. It was like some of those punches that Tago, whatever his name is, like he didn't even know how to throw a proper punch.
And he was supposed to fight Devin Haney years ago, I think, for an eliminator.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. And that dude go to the unanimous decision against that dude. Wow.
Game boy.
Wow, he
needs a hair transplant though. His hair is kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it was. That was to be that young to look like that. God damn. What we got here? Mo Boxing saying, what's up to Black Star Sports TV? Black Star Sports TV says, at Mo Boxing, salute my brother. We got a link up, fam. Been a minute. Been MIA a minute. Yeah, you've been missing in action, bruh. He also says that Ryan Garcia is a joke. I'm tired of saying that King part with his name. Black Star Sports TV still waiting to see how he get out of this one. He ain't get. Oh man, he better not say he hurt. He better not say he hurt. He better not say what's the mental issues. Yeah, but we know he got some excuses. He got some excuses. Then Mo Boxing says Black Star Sports TV for sure, bro. Let's chat boxing anytime. Then Black Star Sports TV goes in and say, I wonder if Ryan Garcia does chin ups. I don't think so. I don't think he do chin ups. I don't think. Only thing he does is stick his chin in the air like you talking about in the ring, and get hit by a Luke Campbell and get put on his ass. And like Tyrone says, in denial about being hurt. I mean, we saw it. I mean, you can't deny being on shaky legs or unsturdy legs, and then we could tell by the fact that you weren't throwing nothing. It was a flash knockdown. It was a lucky punch. You showed enough didn't throw nothing. You showed was like whoa. Mo Boxing says, I believe Ryan has some sort of issues. Yeah, he got issues. I mean, there's a spreadsheet on why certain fights didn't happen, and he's either injured or what was it? Wasn't he injured twice where a fight didn't happen? And it was mental issues for one fight. I think that was the case. Y'all out there in the chat got anything y'all want to chop it up, man? Because I'm about to, Tyrone, you got anything you want to talk about?
What?
You got anything you want to talk about, Tyrone?
Not really. I mean, I'm trying to find stuff to talk about, but it's like
ain't nothing, ain't shit, there ain't shit about. But unless we want to sit up here and gossip about some bullshit, but that's not something you do. You know what I'm saying? So like I said,
I usually check BoxRec for like fights sometimes. I mean, I don't know if you're interested, but they've got the Kazuta Ioka versus Donnie Nitez. That's a 115 fight. That's like this. What was today? 11. That's like Wednesday, I think, or Tuesday night, or something. I don't know. And then you've got. Did you watch the Magsayo fight?
I had a football game.
About the result.
I had a football game. Shit, I couldn't watch half these fights.
You didn't miss anything.
Oh yeah, I heard people. I saw people showing clips of the fight and stuff like that, and of the stoppage.
Oh, that was the Figueroa Castro fight. Yeah, the stoppage was bullshit. I had Figueroa to stop him because I mean that guy got hurt twice by Escandón, and that's really really bad.
You think it was fucked up?
Yeah, stoppage was bullshit.
And
because he just kind of he had covered up. He wasn't getting through with any of those, and the guy just jumped in and stopped it. I don't know what it was on the scorecards. I didn't watch the card. I went and watched highlights, but
like they don't like giving 8 counts. And
some of these referees, like I mean,
as soon as it gets rough, stop the fight.
It's the announcers. I mean, did you see the announcer or the Diamante guy again, the fantasist? I mean, he goes and he's like, "This is it. This is it. It is time. The lies start now." And then that one in Australia when Bradis lost recently. I mean, the guy was announcing the scorecard. He said, and the winner is, and he was pointing back and forth. It was just so cringe. And he says, from New South Wales, and he's screaming, and he's trying to get in front of the camera, and like almost if it's called announcing or reffing. I mean, when Stormy said that years ago, it was right. He said it's called boxing, not reffing.
It's
refs
like
not themselves, the announcers. Go ahead.
It's I don't know why they do it, but the whole buzz around the guy is like, no, like he's not Michael Buffer. You know what I'm saying? The dude did that shit for years to get, to get, you know, people to know who his name was, and you know, video games, TV shows and stuff like that. A lot of people have used that stuff over the years. Like he's not him. It's like he will never be. You know, I don't know where they found the guy from. You know, they always trying to find a niche to bring people in, and it's just announce the goddamn fight in the winter. Damn. You know, it's like you said about that one dude, always trying to make stuff about him. He ain't even a goddamn fighter. Oh man, my knees. No, I didn't see none of them. I didn't see the Frank Martin fight.
I watched the highlights of that. Apparently, they said the Meridian's guy said it was on 8 days' notice or something. I don't even know what. I saw the knockout. Didn't blow me away, to be honest. I think Frank Martin is good. He's not really on our radars, like me and Mike were saying before. I think they're bringing his name up because he's with Spence. He says he started at 18 or 19. I don't know how true that is, but we'll see. Huh?
Yeah, I was laughing at it. I was like, you know, a lot of people can say that, but people, you know, if you've been in the gym since you was 15 but just never did anything, you know, but you were just in there, you know.
I mean, let's do it like our favorite friend, Mr. Washington, right? He says that he boxed at 8 and 9, but he didn't start back up again until he was 30.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Like, come on. You ain't got to fake the funk. Black Star says Frank Martin versus Cobra. It's either going to be Frank Martin versus Cobra or Frank Martin versus Rolly, but either or, I mean, those guys better watch out. I mean, because they both been knocked out. I would say that Chris Colbert would be the better choice for Frank Martin.
Yeah, guy has no power and he's gonna be on his bike, but we've got to see how it is. I mean, Frank Martin's not like a come forward guy either, so I don't want it to stink the place out. You know, Frank Martin's more of like, I don't know. He puts his punches together, but he counter punches a lot, and Colbert doesn't really want action.
Because the way that kind of seemed like, even the way it happened, it seemed like Spence was talking to these dudes like he's going to try to put this fight on his undercard.
We'll see. I mean, they've got to see what's going on with that. Yeah, that makes sense. But
yeah, because I was Frank Martin, I'd be like, cut the check.
Exactly. Yeah,
I'd be like, cut that check. You know what I'm saying? Cut.
An undercard for that shouldn't be too deep.
Yeah, it's
too much money involved for the two guys.
You're talking about like 6 fights?
Yeah, but nothing that'll stick out. I don't think. Maybe one fight that sticks out, but that's it.
Well, they ain't. It's not consistently wise. A lot of these big fights, they ain't been doing it. They ain't been doing it in years. It's like the undercard fights has just been like, hey, we here to collect our check. Y'all hurry, and then the main event guys like, y'all hurry it up. We're not trying to start at 1. You know what I'm saying? It's like there ain't been a lot of big fights on undercards. You know, ain't been a lot. It's probably been a handful. Mo said Black Star Sports TV, that'd be a good fight. It would show us what level Martin is on. It shows us what level Colbert is on too if he loses. Put him in the garbage. I'm joking. Put him in a dumpster, you know. And it's just crazy, man. And like, I met dudes that who like as far as the way Chris Colbert talks in these interviews, I met dudes that talk just like him in real life, and you know, they're a bunch of fucking posers. You know,
yeah, that guy has a lot to say about everybody, but I mean, he lost and he just slinked right back into the floorboards. We haven't heard from him since.
Yeah, and
very respectful on Twitter. He's so lame.
Yeah, I've seen guys just like this dude talk just like I'm not saying like he ain't different like face to face and stuff like that, but You know, the way he talks on social media in these interviews, you know, it just kind of like you could seem like he's just one of them dudes who fake the funk. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like every time there's a basketball game or you playing Madden on Madden or anything, he just talks shit with no game.
Yep.
You know, and it's just and as soon as he halfway stepped up, he got knocked out.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure
pretty
that
much.
guy, if he fought that guy again, he'd do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, that Hector Garcia would do it worse this time.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know he can't take a motherfucking punch. You know?
And he's in a final eliminator. I think that's going down I think it's in August that's going down. Hector Garcia versus Roger Gutierrez, I think, for the WBA regular, I think. I don't even know. Or just the WBA title for 130.
All these belts out here, I'm surprised you even get it remotely right.
Shakur Stevenson is in that division. They've got him fighting that Conceição. I think style wise, I mean, it just screams close your TV, close your tab.
You think so?
Yeah, I just the fight. It's two guys who aren't going to really engage.
Yeah, well, yeah, like Shakur he been countering motherfuckers a lot.
I'm not big on Shakur Stevenson. Never been impressed with him. Don't like really watching him. I just kind of skip whenever I see him. I'm not big on him. I mean that had to have been the most, especially after that Valdez fight. I mean that proposal, like everybody just skipped right over it. Like nobody even cared. They just wanted him out of the ring. Him and her ass out of the ring. They wanted to go home. They just.
We're gonna see.
What he needs to do is his first priority before fighting or anything. He needs to fix that gap. Once he does that, everything else will follow. Fix that gap in his teeth, and he'll be okay.
Damn, that's cold. We're gonna see though. We're gonna see, because eventually, like you know, like a lot of these boxers out here, man. As soon as they start fighting real life bodies,
Right.
these knockouts and looking so great start going out the window. But you know, we just never know. But I'm not the one to throw all my eggs in one basket because a fighter looks like me or they happen to look good. You know, everybody and their mama can say shit about these fighters behind closed. Out here in Front Street. You know, oh yeah, this is in the third about them. You know, they good and this in the third. But at the end of the day, that's what all these fighters should be doing. They should be trying to big up these other fighters, use their name to make you know a possible fight in the future with that guy, you know, bigger than what it is instead of tearing down people. But when you start talking about your Chris Colberts and your Rolly Romeros, I mean, you can't help but to, you know, give them they due justice. Black Star Sports TV said Mo Boxing, I agree with, wouldn't mind that Rolly fight too. He can knock better than Chris Colbert. Yeah.
I think Mo said to talk about, I forgot. He said Chisora Wilder. We talked about it. There's really not much to talk about. We just said it was just a non-starter.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to happen. That's what I think.
Yeah. But this 135 situation, they're trying to make Haney Lomachenko, I guess. So it depends on Kambosos, but I don't know. I think if Lomachenko was like fresh, he slowed down a lot. So I don't know about that fight, man.
He's going to.
I think a prime Lomachenko definitely beats Devin Haney, but Devin Haney's style is annoying. I don't like. He's another guy I don't really like at all. I don't really like watching him fight either. You know, so
yeah, I like watching him fight and all, but you know, I just don't know how it's gonna be with this Lomachenko fight. I mean, people could say, well, he did this to this guy and this and the third, but at the end of the day, Lomachenko comes back, get him a little tune up, get back in the groove, and then fights the winner. I mean, I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think it's gonna be a good fight. If it's Haney versus Loma, but if it's Lomachenko versus Kambosos, I think Kambosos gonna get them straps.
Kambosos versus Lomachenko?
Yeah.
Nah, Lomachenko will tear Kambosos up. Kambosos is garbage.
That's what I'm talking about. I said Lomachenko gonna get them belts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna say, hold up, man.
I thought you said the other way around.
Nah.
Kambosos, like, we gotta stop giving Haney. Listen, if it was Tank Davis that they had to go over to fight in Australia and do all that with a deal with PBC and everything, lock them in like that with 3 other fights or whatever, would Haney do it for that money? No. But it was Kambosos, and it was a lick. It was a lick. The decafs like Jake Paul and some other guys. Oh, Haney went over. That's what real fighters would do. I would send my brother over. I'd send my mom over.
He look, I put it to you like this. Haney did have a choice of who he was going to fight, but everybody knew that Kambosos was not going to fight over here.
Yeah.
And that's just what it was.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why Kambosos was talking like that. Like, well, we talk, insinuating that he's talking about other fights than Haney and stuff like, it's just like one of those things like.
He either had to fight Lomachenko or Haney. He really didn't have any other options.
Correct.
Unless they can wiggle some sort of voluntary, but I don't think they would even give him that.
Correct. And like you said, Tyrone, man, it's like there was no reason for anybody to say no.
No way. Yeah, that shit. That was a lit, like, it was like Al Crawford beating Dongo. I mean, you're talking about. You might as well not even give him in the ring. Just send the belts in the mail, and then put me as champion. You couldn't get any easier undisputed fight than a Kambosos Haney. You couldn't get any easier than that. Really?
No, you couldn't. And
do you remember an undisputed fight as easy as that in recent memory?
No.
Yeah, other than the Ndongo and then Rosario was unified. Other than those guys, it was a lick. Like they were literally right place, right time, dude. Same thing with Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant IBF title. Canelo moves up. Payday.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah,
that was another horrible thing too. But I don't see Kambosos winning the rematch. I just don't see it. He's
it's tailor made.
And then Mo says,
yeah, Kambosos is poop.
Yeah, I think yeah. I think somebody with a little bit more experience would have got him out.
Yeah, and Lou DiBella needs to stop eating so much, dude. He looks.
He been getting big. He been getting big. Yeah. I thought I was the only one noticing. Yeah, he been getting big.
Yeah, no, you're the only person I've talked to about this.
All that damn traveling he doing now. He see what it is. Now, he got to put in work now. Now he know that he been getting fired from this let go from this person. Now he got to put in work, Tyrone. Now that he got to fucking put in work and shit like that, Tyrone. Now, he ain't eating right, celebrating a lot, drinking probably a lot, partying a lot, and now he's looking. He's gonna, he's gonna fuck around and be like Dan Raphael 3.0. He keep it up.
But it looks like he has a lot of. He looks really oily, dude. Like there's a lot of cholesterol.
It probably is.
Like it looks real, like that visceral fat. Like it looks really unhealthy.
It probably is, Tyrone. It probably is. Like when if you was imagine this, Tyrone. You a full-time student and you have a full-time job with fucked up hours. Like a lot of people don't know how to sit down, buckle down, and just not eat whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they feel hungry. Lou DiBella just doing what he eating, what he got to eat because he got to keep
A
going.
lot of pizza, Mo. A lot of pizza
Like
and
let's
beer.
say for instance, you go all the way up. You go all the way up. You travel from here to the United States to Australia, from here the fucking Europe to fucking UK to all these other countries. You flying all, and then you flying all over the United States, going to these fights. I mean, the motherfucker ain't eating right.
Not at all, dude. Not at all. I don't know how Bob Arum hasn't passed away yet.
He ain't eating no damn caviar because he can only eat Jello, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's Mo.
You know
he's
his food coming to
dirty food.
his food coming to fucking bottle, Nutriment.
He has to be like a size 46.
He ain't
Minimum.
lost and gained no weight in years.
No, not Bob Arum. Lou DiBella. Sorry, he has to be at least like a size 46 pants, dude.
Yeah,
Maybe more than that.
yeah. Him and barbershop conversations fell. Fred ain't been in the gym.
But I'll give Fred at least one thing. At least Fred was it. I've never seen Lou DiBella ever fit. At least Fred was in there.
Yeah, that part. Yeah, hot dogs and
Hot
that.
dog.
Yeah,
Dirty food, dude. Lou DiBella just looks really bad, dude.
he gained some weight.
Really bad, man.
He need to get with John Skipper and start doing some lines of coke.
Something has to give.
John Skipper. And them dudes at the zone, man. It sucks to be them, man. They've been. How the fuck you lose? How the fuck you lose the biggest? How the fuck you lose that fight, Tyrone?
I don't know. I mean,
You know what? It really doesn't matter.
I think there's blame all around. Things could have been done differently, but it is what it is.
Yeah, because they probably the zone probably like, well, you know, the numbers didn't do all that last time, so let's give this one a break and then see what we can make after this. You know what I'm saying? With the Anthony Joshua the zone, but then I heard they lost another one too before that, and it's kind of like, and sometimes I'm happy, man, because I ain't trying to, you know, Tyrone. You know how it is, Tyrone. Like sometimes I'd be happy they didn't get it because at least if it's on BT, it's gonna be on Showtime. I mean, Sky Sports is gonna be on Showtime, and I'm like, I already have Showtime. Why I gotta fucking go out here and buy the zone? You know, spend some more money, you know, or or try to save money with it by way of subscription. And it's like about 4 or 5 apps you gotta have. You know, you gotta have Fight TV, you gotta have Showtime, you gotta have ESPN, you gotta have the Zone, you gotta have Fox. What's the other ones, Type? What else? That's it?
Yeah, Fox, ESPN, DAZN, Showtime. That's pretty much the major ones. They've got this Pro Box thing they're doing online, which has been okay, but I don't really like Paulie Malignaggi at all. So,
Matt Chat, what's happening? I you know, sometimes he's cool, but then sometimes it's kind of like, what the fuck, dude? It's like he's a know-it-all. He's a know-it-all and rarely gets fights right.
yeah, I mean, it's this effect that's gotten in Teddy Atlas similar to some of these other guys in the UFC. Casuals like people who tell it how it is, right? It's this tell it how it is, where we're just telling it how it is. Okay, so if you're going to tell it how it is, be prepared for the consequences for how it is, or how it will be. You know, at the end of the day, everybody has an opinion. They're going to say whatever they think. So what it might be to you might be something else to someone else. So, and that's really the name of the thing. Like that commentary the other day, right? The Chisora Pulev. David Hay had a bet. I mean, there's no other way to slice it, I think. But he's pushing this thing and he wants everybody else to kind of get on his side. He's kind of convincing himself. Or Paulie's big thing is whenever it's a robbery or how does somebody win that fight, he keeps going on and on and on about it. But he knows that this has happened for hundreds of years and will happen 100 years after this. This won't be the first. This wasn't the first time. Won't be the last.
Mm.
So I don't go crazy over robberies or anything because I've already watched enough boxing, know this stuff happens. But they're not gonna put that to the viewer. Teddy
Yeah.
Atlas is the same way. I mean, some people like it, some people don't.
Teddy be tripping sometimes. Teddy be tripping.
He's gotten a bit more relaxed though in his views, his boxing views recently. But so, I don't know, maybe because he got older.
Yeah, that's probably it right there. He's older and is like he goes back and probably listen to it. Other people probably tell him shit, and they be like, "Ugh, yeah," be cringing at his own fucking. Be like,
Yeah,
"Damn,"
so I said that.
like, "Damn, fuck," like,
Maybe Paulie needs to go ahead and do that.
yeah. And it's like the same thing with Rick Glasser. Like, I see people put him on his channel and say, like, I don't like he comes off like not as a good dude. You know.
Well,
When you
wasn't he doing the thing with the odometer years ago? He was he was basically sending them back. He would sell these cars that had thousands of miles on it and tell people that only had maybe a couple hundred or a couple thousand when in fact it was 50,000 more. He would set the odometer back.
he probably
He got
was.
caught up. It was like a racketeering thing. He got caught up in that. This was years ago, probably before we were born.
And he's over here talking about something we trust him. He tried to tell me some shit, about a few things on Twitter a couple of days ago. I'm just trying to tell him, is like, dude, you're not even in these guys' camps. Like, how the fuck you gonna tell me about them? You're not in their camp. Like, what the fuck do you know? It's like nobody's gonna tell you anything because they can't trust you. Like, nobody can trust you. You up over here saying all kind of shit about these boxers and shit on social media and stuff like that, and you talking about you were a matchmaker, you help fights be made and stuff like that, and you're a consultant or whatever what case may be you is. I was like, dude, you're not. You sound like a snake's oil salesman. You sound like you literally selling used cars. Like, nobody fucking cares. Like, about these snob ass fucking opinions from people on social media. Like, nobody cares about that shit. Like, I forget what we was going back and forth about, but the always fucking this whole PBC and PBC fighter mess with this guy, but he never has that same energy for everybody else. The PBC messes up with fights, Top Rank messes up with fights, Sky Sports messes up with fights, Solito, all these guys over here mess up with fights. They make bad decisions or not so good decisions or decisions not in the best benefit of the boxing, like real boxing fans. And it's like he has like no energy for them. Like, when I'm gonna tell you this.
Mm-hmm.
They never had, if you listen to Floyd Mayweather, right? Then you look at the fighters around Tank Davis. They had no intentions on putting Tank Davis in there with anybody. Their main intentions was to build fighters up around Tank Davis so Tank Davis can knock him down. That's all it was. Where the fuck Rolly Romero come from? You see what I'm saying? Where the fuck did he come from? Where a lot of those guys that he fought came from. They build them up and then they fucking knocked them just to knock those guys down. And then when you start looking at Tank Davis, start looking at the people that show up to the fights, I would call them okay pay-per-view numbers. The okay pay-per-view numbers he does, it's like it is a bit of a success story because who wouldn't want to fight Tank Davis? Which one of these networks wouldn't want to put up money and bid for a Tank Davis fight? You know what I'm saying? And that's the point right now. And you start looking at everybody else that Rick Gracer praises and stuff like that. Where is their big push?
For the who?
I said these fighters that Rick Glaser always talking about. It's like they don't have like no big push.
Well, he pushed that Christian Thun guy, right? I think, or whatever, and he just lost to Curtis Harper, the guy who walked out the ring over money.
Oh yeah, that the heavyweight boxer.
Yeah, I saw one clip of that guy fight a couple months ago. I said he's ass.
Oh,
And
he
he goes around and spars Pulev, Fury, all these guys, dude. They hide him in
I'm
the whole
surprised
resort.
anybody letting him fight.
Guys, he's poop.
I think I saw him before that. He's, a lot of those guys that come over there is just a money grab. It's just a money grab. It's just a pool of fighters and a money grab. And I was talking to this dude, this African dude in the bar. He said he used to box, and he showed me some clips. And he was like, "Look, dude," he was like, "I was okay, but he was like, the promoters and stuff out there, a lot of them, he was like, they don't care. It's like the only thing they care about is like money. You know what I'm saying? It's like they'll put you in there to get seriously hurt and then cut you out on why you didn't do a good job. It was like you knew that I didn't have the training. You knew I didn't have this, that, and the third to be properly trained and don't even have a proper trainer." Said it happens all the time. And I think that's what's been happening with Jermaine Franklin.
What's going on with him? Is
Nothing that I heard of. Nothing, absolutely nothing that I heard of. I ain't heard nothing about old Franklin in months. I ain't even heard no buzz. I can ask and tell you offline.
all right?
I can ask and tell you offline, but I presume you know what? Him and Mac Truck got to lose weight.
Well, I talked
You
to
know?
Mo. Mo was able to get Mack trucks. I don't know if you saw that. I think you should go back if you have the time
Mm.
and see it. Mo got Mack trucks trainer on there, and I was asking, why is he so heavy? Have you guys thought about losing weight? Like, what's the plan? And that's what they're saying. The plan is to lose it slowly. So I guess I have to take his word on that. But I mean, I agree with him. I said not to lose it right, all at once because it's a lot to lose. But if honestly, he probably doesn't even need to fight at heavyweight. He could probably get down to cruiserweight or something because the guy Mack Truck's only 5'10".
Yeah, 5'10" and what 5'10" and almost weighing
He
Jarrell
looked
Miller
270
numbers.
in that ring.
He looked more than yeah, but 5'10", 270, that's a lot.
That is a ton. Like he needs to lose. Oh man, he needs to lose a lot of weight.
Like, and I don't understand, like the amount of like you they can say whatever they want to, Tyrone, but we've seen this guy's last 3-4 fights. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
and it looked like you gain weight.
Well, apparently he was 290 before he started
Sheesh.
camp for this fight. Yeah. And
So
the
he
thing
wasn't
is,
doing shit.
yeah, well, we see the clips, right? He has this sweat thing or whatever, and it pours out all the water to show the hard work. But I mean, the scale doesn't lie, dude. The scale won't lie. The scale will tell you what it is. That and the way you look. So, and I know a lot of these guys, I got shit for it. Remember a while back when we got into, not me and you, but I got in an argument. I forgot with who it was, but it was about the Ruiz second fight before his second fight with Joshua. I said the guy's in shape, and they're like, "Oh man, it's not a bodybuilding contest." Da 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 da. Notice the people who say that are usually overweight themselves. It's this fascination of getting cut and getting in shape. It's not the hardest thing in the world. It just takes dedication, and it can be done. And we don't say it. It's not for show, dude. It actually helps you in the ring. You've got to move around. Nobody's telling you to be a power lifter, right? Or a bodybuilder, but
Or
we
get
are
with Jack O'Lane or something with start juicing and shit.
right. We're telling you to get that pressure off your knees because a pound is apparently 3 times the weight on your joints, right? Or something like that. There's a lot of issues when you're overweight in that ring. So
Yeah, but Ruiz got bigger. You can noticeably in the second fight. It was noticeable.
yeah.
That had nothing to do. Yeah. I probably did give him the benefit of the doubt, but that was noticeable. He's still stuck in there, but that extra weight did not fucking help.
Yeah, it hindered him a lot.
Yes, and then back to the Mack Truck guy. It's like I don't want to hear anything about losing weight slowly. You're behind the power curve, dude. You behind the power curve. You got to be ready to go when somebody says it's time to go, and you can't afford to not be doing shit on your off on when you're not fighting. Like you literally have to get on the elliptical. You have to get on the bike. You have to, get your
master.
something. You have to do something. Like even if you're not eating right all the time, but 3-4 days out of the week, you're gonna have to do something, because
Right.
it showed. You got tired. You getting tired lost you the match. You got that dude literally could have raped you in the ring, and there was nothing you could have done. That's how tired you was. Could have took your shit. That's just an analogy. I'm not saying like he could have done it, but a little extreme. But that's how it was. Like you had no fight left in you, and essentially like did look like you gave up.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. And we've been saying this shit.
Look, just exhausted, just totally exhausted.
Yeah,
totally exhausted. I mean, he wasn't even really hurt, just exhausted.
Me and Tyrone been talking about this in shape shit for years, man. It makes no sense.
Now it has to mean something, right? Like you can't look like Gerald Washington and be sorry.
And it seemed like you out of shape. You gas quick.
Yeah, and he gases.
Yeah, but we saying is like it makes no sense for you to be a professional fighter and talk about you've been doing 15, 20 rounds, blah blah whoop whoop whoop, and then you get to a fight and you can't even do 3-4 rounds.
Exactly.
Obviously you've been sparring people that you just been kicking their ass in the ring and looking good.
If they've even been sparring, I mean, they tell us.
Well, that too.
15. Go ahead.
Well, no, I'm just saying that too, Tyrone. That right there too, because we don't know. We ain't there.
We have no idea. We're not in the camp. We're not. Exactly. We don't know what's going on.
We ain't there, but we see it in the ring. Like Derek Chisora did it on many occasions. Dillian White, AJ gassing in the 5th and 6th on many occasions. I mean, even we seen it in the smaller weights. It's like it happens all the time. You know, and it's like the easiest thing for you to do should to do is to get in shape. You can't teach everybody, hand speed and all this other shit, but you can at least get the person in shape so they won't get their ass whooped.
Right.
I don't know, man. It's just your full-time job is boxing, and I don't think Mack Truck probably takes advances or probably does have to work a regular job, but he ain't got to put in that many hours.
His management, he's with they give him they give him a kickback. Apparently he doesn't have to work anymore. He said that he does this full time now. He's with Split T. He's with the Teofimo Lopez people.
Let me tell you something, Tyrone. Let me tell you something. After that fight, if I was a dude putting up the money, I would have took the bacon off of his ass.
They very well could have.
Because that you mean to tell me your rent, stipend for food, gas, transportation, all that shit that you got, all that shit, you ain't got to work, and you've been door dashing this whole time.
Yeah, they had Derek Lewis, right? The heavyweight in the UFC. He told that George Foreman story where he was with the promotions for him, and they got him an apartment and a car. And when he said he didn't want to do boxing anymore, he repossessed the car. He took the car back. I don't blame him. I mean, what else you can do? But that's these things. Some of them do set you up if you get with the right people.
And all the other man, talk about squandering some good shit. And you lost against nobody even knows that guy's name.
He works a full-time job. He's a shrimper, apparently.
Oh shit, yeah, he was in shape.
Yeah.
You seen them dudes out there in the heat, Tyrone?
Yeah.
Shit. God damn. Especially them dudes in the Texas Gulf. It'd be hot as a motherfucker out there. They on them goddamn shrimping boats, smoking cigarettes and shit, drinking beer, and it'd be and that shit ain't light. That's a lot of fucking heavy lifting. All those fucking totes. They have to move all those shrimps in totes out by hand and stack them up so the crane could take them from the whole of the ship. Of the boat. Sorry, it's not a ship, it's a boat. Yeah, that's man. He picked a dude. He picked the right. Here come my number one hater, L Foul player. He in the building. My number one hater. Yeah, but that's sad. I didn't know he had it. I didn't know he was boxing was his full-time job, and he came in looking like that. They probably want their money back, man. Or they probably setting something up to where he owed him. Because if I was them, yeah, you're gonna have to pay me because that's ridiculous. And those training camps ain't cheap. You know, trainers and everybody got to get paid. Sparring partners, some sparring partners got to get flown out, and they got a hotel room. They getting per diem and all that shit. It ain't cheap.
Yeah. I mean, they've got things set up for some of these guys if they want to put an investment in. You know, that's just what it is.
Yeah, I wish I had enough money. I locked that motherfucking in prison for 2 months and feed that motherfucker scraps. Had that motherfucker coming out of that bitch 235.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely fast tracked and it sort of backfired. But again, I didn't think it was a skill issue from the fight I saw. It was, to anybody's surprise.
No.
Conditioning.
No, nobody should be. Nobody should be, like you said, nobody should be surprised about his conditioning. Nobody.
I mean, I'm 6'1". I mean, a couple years ago, I got down to like 158 pounds, dude. I mean, and that was from all that running. Within a week, I got back up to like 175 pounds. I'm like 195 pounds right now.
Yeah, eating.
I can come down too if I want to. It's not the hardest thing for me.
Yeah, because normally, sometimes what I do is, man, I just grill I buy 3 chicken breasts, I fillet them in half, right? I get my lettuce and shit because you could buy a thing, you could buy like 4 or 5 things of lettuce for like $3. Get you some motherfucking cherry tomatoes.
Right.
If you want some cheese, you can get that. If you want some avocado, you could get that. And you could literally with those chicken breasts, once you fillet them, you got 3, you got 6 now. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody wants no fucking jumbo ass chicken breast grilled on the grill. And I don't like that shit. It'd be too dry in the middle, right, Tyrone? So I fillet them down the middle. So I make 6 pieces, and I got 6 salads. I got 6 salads. So, 6 salads, and I do that for a week, and then the next week I'll fall off and eat what the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying, Tyrone? It's like that one week you eating good, and the next week you're like, damn. You know what? That does sound good right now. Let me go on over here.
How much you weigh right now?
Huh?
How much you weigh right now? You still playing football?
190.
Right?
I weigh 190 now. Yeah, I'm not playing next game, man. I think I went and pushed this guy, and I felt it, the rep in my big toe. And then I got like this nasty ass deep bone bruise on my thigh. So
I've just been putting in the work in the weight room, dude. I'm just doing that, vetting these offers, fucking before I move, see what's going on.
Right.
But I've just been putting in work in the weight room in my free time and using the extra weight to my advantage. I know the moment I start getting busy again, my weight will drop like a stone, dude. When I'm busy, I don't order food or anything like that. I just literally don't have time to eat. Like I drop weight like crazy.
Yeah, you gotta start meal prepping, man. That's all you gotta do. But then even that's like fucking a job in itself,
It is.
it's a job in itself. And then it's kind of like when you meal prep, it's like you're not trying to eat the fucking same thing 3-4 days in a row, man, for lunch or for dinner. It's just I can't do it. So
I don't mind it, honestly, as long as it's fast and cheap. I'll eat the same thing if that's what it takes. You know.
Shit, there's all kind of cheap ass recipes out there, Tyrone. You just gotta have the little fucking bento boxes, the little lunch boxes for it, our little Tupperware. But there's all kind of cheap ass shit. You know how much chicken breast costs? That ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Chicken breast ain't shit now these days. I mean, we ain't talking about wings and chicken thighs, and we talking about the breast.
You air fry stuff? Do you have an air fryer?
Nah, like I would literally like chicken breast. I gotta have it grilled. I gotta have that.
I used to bake it. I used to bake chicken.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, that'll work too.
Yeah.
That'll work too. But like I said, Tyrone, when you buy them jumbo chicken breasts, cut them bitches in half. So you make you 2 pieces, so the middle won't be all dry and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I do. And then I season them bad boys up, or you could butterfly it open and make you one big ass fucking piece. But it won't. So you won't like be fucking having that, because that top part of the breast is like the driest. So that's the way I do it, because I'm not. And then lamb chops. I love my lamb chops, so I got it. I might get some tomorrow since I'm teleworking. I might get when I go get the laptop from work. I might go to Sam's and get me some lamb chops and make me some lamb chops and some. I usually put like some red wine and some red potatoes, whole bunch of vegetables, and this cauldron on the grill while I'm barbecuing them, and let that like simmer down and shit. And then I'll throw like some bits of meat in there, so it won't be like too tender. Yeah, make it like a little stew on the grill. But anyways, Timer, I gotta go, man. I gotta eat.
Yep.
All right. Next time it was just I wasn't expecting anybody to show up, so I didn't think I was gonna go this long. But
yep.
Thanks, Tyrone, for showing up.
No problem.
Kano Local Sports, Bruce Gas, Black Star Sports TV, Mo Boxing, and my biggest hater of them all, El Foul Player. Oh, my bad. And thanks for showing up, Mad Chad. I'll see you guys later.
Yep. Peace out.